The high point of asbestos was post-World War II. Australia per capita was one of the greatest consumers of asbestos.
Too many of our associates on the waterfront and friends were dying from asbestos-related diseases, and it just seemed to be a given. You got the disease, you died, usually within 6 months. I, along with a myriad of other trade unions around the country, trod a road to Canberra and to the state government lobbying. We did all we could to campaign around a dedicated research institute.
Whilst mesothelioma is caused by the use of asbestos, and asbestos use has been discontinued about 20 years ago in Australia, there's still an awful lot of asbestos in the built environment, and we continue to see exposure unintentionally by home renovators and other people just living in buildings that contain degrading asbestos products.
It was an absolute shock. When they got the X-ray back, they just showed a lesion on the bottom of my left lung. It was diagnosed that it was actually mesothelioma. I had worked somewhere where there was known to have been asbestos in the building in the 80s. Literally one fibre. That's it. Jocelyn, who's their nurse, contacted me straight away and gave me a lot of information.
I believe you can deliver the bad news, but you can still offer help at the same time. And we can help direct them into the right channels to access the best care.
You feel like you've got a bit of a family around you to try and help you through something that's completely bewildering.
We want to make asbestos diseases history, and that's why we need to work harder. We've been thinking day and night to see if there's any angles that we haven't looked at that can be used to kill mesothelioma. Think about any possibilities.
All the discoveries in the world are a little bit meaningless if they can't translate into direct patient outcomes at the end of the day. And certainly the patients with mesothelioma, as with any cancer that I see in clinic, want to know what the future holds. And having a clinical element to ADRI means that we can be involved in changes that will actually impact not only on the patients now, but the next generation of patients with mesothelioma.
ADRI was designated by the WHO as the collaborating centre for the elimination of asbestos-related disease.
We're punching above our weight in Australia. Some of the work that we'll do here will eventually be of benefit to some of our neighbours.
When we go to a developing country and realise how limited they are in terms of their resources and their understanding and their education, then that really makes me feel very privileged to be able to share that with the developing countries. And hopefully in time, they will be able to stand on their own 2 feet.
There is no silver bullet. It's a long process of work.
If we're all doing our bit, hopefully we'll find that holy grail, a cure for mesothelioma.